गाइज कितना भी मेहनत कर लूँ सब्सक्राइबर्स बढ़ ही नहीं रहे हैं। गाइज उम्मीद करता हूँ आप जरूर सब्सक्राइब करोगे, तो प्लीज़ गाइज जिसने सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया हुआ है प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब करके बेल आइकन दबाओ।
Balancing chemical equations. Objective: to learn the basic procedures for balancing chemical equations. A chemical equation is a specific, representative statement about a chemical change. As an example, let's take a look at a representation of the decomposition of water into hydrogen and oxygen. In an equation, the left side will show the substances which are the reactants, and the right side will show the products resulting from the reaction. An arrow, known as a yield sign, points from left to right, indicating the reactants reacted and then yielded the products. Chemical equations also represent the relative quantities of both the reactants and the products in a reaction. Our example showing the decomposition of water cannot be considered an equation because it is not balanced. There is only one oxygen atom in the reactant, while there are two oxygen atoms in the product. For a chemical equation to be balanced, an equal number of atoms must be present on each side. Let's place a coefficient of 2 in front of the water. Now, our oxygen atoms are balanced on both sides, but the hydrogen atoms still are not. On the reactant side, we now have 4 hydrogen, and on the product side, only 2 hydrogen. To balance the hydrogen on the reactant side, we'll place a 2 in front of the hydrogen. Now, there are 4 hydrogen atoms and 2 oxygen atoms on both the sides. And we have a balanced equation. Let's balance a simple equation showing the combustion of propane as it yields carbon dioxide and water. Begin by balancing the number of atoms in the most complicated substance. In this case, it is propane. There are 3 carbon atoms in propane, so we'll put a coefficient of 3 in front of carbon dioxide in the product. There are 8 hydrogen atoms in propane, but only 2 in water. For that reason, we'll put a coefficient of 4 in front of the water on the right. That leaves us with 2 oxygen atoms on the left. But on the right, there are 6 in CO2 and 4 in H2O, adding up to 10, meaning our equation still isn't balanced. To end with a balanced equation, we need to put a coefficient of 5 in front of the oxygen atoms on the left. Summary: a chemical equation is a symbolic statement illustrating a chemical change. In a chemical equation, the number of atoms on the sides of the reactant should be equal to the number of atoms on the side of the product. To balance a chemical equation, first balance the compound with largest number of atoms.